If you've been following the war in Iran at all for the past month, you've probably seen one of these from Dubai. Or this one from Saudi Arabia. Or this one from Qatar. No, I'm just kidding. I changed the music on that one. The reason you're seeing this, of course, is because there's been a long, long tradition of primarily Gulf states in the Middle East paying influencers to advertise luxury and tourism and all the great things that these countries have to offer. It's not exactly the first time we've seen viral memes come out of these countries.
Habibi, come to Dubai. Habibi, come to Dubai. Come to Dubai.
Habibi, come to Dubai.
And since to many, these strikes have been so jarring in these tourist-friendly destinations in the Middle East, it makes sense that these same influencers would start rolling out much more nationalistic, chest-beating, pro-government content. It's what countries do during war. It's an understandable move, but it does come across as a bit strange when viewing the other kinds of content that these kinds of countries have put out before. Right now, I'm in Erbil, Iraq. This city has been hit with hundreds of drones in the past month. And while there's been lots of coverage of the drone strikes and missile attacks all over the region, I've been more interested in what people are seeing when they look down at their phones. This is Sina. Like many Iranians in the media now, he suffers from a terrible case of blurry face syndrome. Sina moved to Erbil a few years ago because he wanted to dodge the military draft that the country has, and he's been working here ever since. He's not really in Erbil for purely ideological or political reasons, but his algorithm on his phone now tells a very different story. Just since the beginning of the war, when we were discussing before, you have a few saved reels on Instagram that you've noticed. Yeah. Can you show me what you were receiving from Mossad?
Oh, from Mossad, okay. So if you look at this page, it is like Mossad official Farsi version. And they started this page on 2 March.
Okay, 2nd of March.
2nd March.
Yeah. Can you open up the main advertisement? I'm just curious what it says here. Could you translate it for us?
The main one, they have a couple of them. Just let me show a few. Okay, this one says, it's an AI video. Says if you see they are moving like missile or launchers, please take photo and send it to us. We will take care of it. Yeah. You are the true heroes, and you will win it.
And when you open this, it opens up to a telegram, correct?
Correct.
Could you show us the telegram?
Yeah, sure. Let me just put on this link. So I tried to send them a photo to see what is happening.
This is Qasem. This is
exactly
a meme of
Qasem
Soleimani.
Yeah.
we found Qasem Soleimani, guys.
So as soon as I sent them, they said like, thank you so much for the photo that you shared with us. Please let us know if you are in Iran or out of Iran. You know, like as I told you before, I started getting like some weird reels from beginning of January. Right?
About the beginning of the protests?
Not even earlier than.
Okay.
Because protests started like in, if I'm not wrong, like 15 January?
Yeah, mid-January.
Mid-January,
yeah.
Okay.
And what are you seeing now since the wars began? These are some samples right here.
Yeah, like from the wars began, you know, I am seeing like Netanyahu, like AI translating Netanyahu every day.
What's he saying right now?
Hey Iranians, don't lose this opportunity. This is the opportunity that you will have it for one time in your generation.
Please send us all of your photos and videos.
Yeah, that wasn't there. He's saying like, you should come to the street, like millions of people should come to the street. Look, even this one posted in the 1 March.
Okay, so these are all the very beginning of the war.
Exactly.
You got some.
Then we are seeing Prophet Trump.
Trump is
opening the Hormuz.
Okay, so you're getting some like MAGA stuff too.
Yeah. Look, I am seeing this one is the one of the most things that I'm seeing it every day, hundreds of.
Just like
Iranians, Israelis like, you know, they're dancing together, they're singing together.
All right, but it's like all AI, like slop like this kind of.
Exactly.
Sina, thank you so much for being very brave and exposing your algorithm to the world.
Sure, thank you so much.
Cheers.
For the recording.
It's been a very strange thing that I've noted, that even though Iraq is being hit by both the United States and Iran, the primary way that we are all still engaging with this war, even though we are in the strike zone, is on our phones, because that's how everyone deals with war now, on their phones, even if they're in a conflict zone. And these accounts and influencers know that, and they have a way of interacting with you and each other. For example, these Gulf memes that went viral a few weeks ago have changed. There's been a bit of a backlash. They were a little too heavy-handed, a little too jingoistic, a little too chest-beaty, and so now these same influencers are pushing out content like this.
Excuse me,
Yes?
where are you going?
I'm going to Dubai Mall to get a matcha.
But we are in the middle of a war, it's not safe here.
What are you talking about?
Dubai is the safest city in the world, and even today I got to lead from clients who wanna buy property in Dubai. This Ukrainian oligarch is going to buy property in Dubai and invest with Bourgeoisie with me.
It's not that Dubai is run by strongmen that we all must fear and admire. It's that Dubai still has condos you can rent. We are open for business. Don't worry, everything's normal. It's interesting to note also that I've noticed that there is IRGC AI slop almost making fun of the Dubai strategy.
Habibi, come to Iran.
Habibi, come to Iran. Come to Iran. We are ready.
Next thing you know, one of these AI IRGC girls is going to be bragging about how she sold me a condo in Tehran next week. It's been this endless feedback loop that I've seen with all of these different algorithms pushing out different kinds of content regardless of what your own personal agenda is. And instead of talking about the most recent hit TV show or the latest celebrity scandal, all of this content is focused on war, and it's being pushed out by intelligence agencies and governments. And it's also noteworthy that all of these governments would like to please remind you to continue to look at your phone instead of what's going on up in the sky.
بدافع الفضول قد يخرج البعض لالتقاط الصور مما يعرضها من الخطر والمسائل القانونية. اتبع التعليمات وابقى في مكان آمن وتذكر التزامك يصنع الفارق.
It's important to remember that normalcy in the Middle East is always maintained by people being told not to film. This war is the first major foreign excursion that the United States has had where AI and targeted algorithms are playing a major role in how we consume what's going on the ground. But it's not the first time the United States has had to deal with social media before in terms of how we deal with conflict. Colonel Miles Kaggans was the spokesperson for the US-led coalition against ISIS. Remember ISIS? Don't worry, they'll be back. If you remember, ISIS was very, very online, and Colonel Kaggans was in charge of creating counter-messaging against that on social media channels. His job, in some part, quite literally, was to out-narrate ISIS. So I decided it would be a good idea to sit down with him and ask him how he thinks things have changed since then and what he thinks about what's going on now. Hi, Miles. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Aaron. Good morning from Columbus, Georgia.
Can you describe some of the social media narratives that you saw coming from Hashd al-Shaabi, the Iranian-backed coalition, as well as the Islamic State?
The Hashd al-Shaabi, which came into fruition after 2014, were and are quite proficient in use of social media. And because these groups at the time were not designated as terrorist organizations in the same way of ISIS, they were able and are still able to proliferate their social media to promote their agenda. We were trying to bring the temperature down with our rhetoric inside of Iraq, but also reminding everyone that U.S. and coalition forces had the right to self-defense.
It stands out to me that you mentioned that your primary goal was to turn down the temperature. That was a big part of your messaging. And I wonder if not just the United States, but other government bodies is to still use their social media messaging to turn down the volume, or is it now the opposite?
The messaging in the current war has been led by the president, the U.S. president, the U.S. Secretary of War, and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. There are some advantages and disadvantages, and the high-level messaging draws a lot of eyes. It gets the Washington press and the world press following what's being said. But it also makes everything a big deal. Every time you have the president, the Secretary of War, and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, or the four-star general speaking, all of those messages become a big deal. So it's hard for the public to determine what's really important.
I want to pivot real quick to not just what is being done on a diplomatic level. Social media has advanced so much on in terms of intelligence gathering and messaging that there's almost a second conversation happening on social media that's separate from what's being said in front of a camera by the president or the secretary or a general.
In the early days of the war, we saw the president in Florida at his estate in Mar-a-Lago, Florida. And what was the president and his staff monitoring? They're monitoring social media feeds. They're monitoring X. They're monitoring open source intelligence feeds on social media. This is the United States that has the most sophisticated, exquisite intelligence in the world. And they're looking at the same media that Miles and Aaron are looking at to get information, real-time information of what's happening on the battlefield. We will see enemies and non-state actors use more AI as AI becomes more and more realistic to showcase their narrative or to try to temporarily erode the trust or put doubt into America's friends and partners of its activity.
Do you think there's any chance that the United States might use those same tactics in the future for other conflicts? For example, if we advance into Cuba?
Absolutely. The U.S. is likely to use AI tools to craft the perfect message over what would cause Cubans to overthrow their government. AI will recommend exactly who are the influential voices in Cuba and what publications or radio stations should be reached out to into Cuba and at what time. So AI is already being used in ways the US military and State Department have known to be effective, but AI makes the speed and scale of that outreach with messaging as well as machines much more effective.
Well, Miles, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I really appreciate it.
Aaron, happy to do so. Wishing peace and looking forward to having discussions about happier things that we used to talk about with your report.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe next time we'll be from Cuba.
All right. If not. Okay.
Regardless of what happens in the future with the United States and Iran, it's important to remember, even if the drones and missiles stop, this is going to continue. This is the way things are now. We are in phone hell. And whether you're Iranian or American or Israeli or I am assuming that there are other countries, I will look into that. Regardless of where you are from or what your actual politics are, you have to question now during war how much you are influencing your phone's algorithm and how much your phone's algorithm is influencing you. So remember, if a foreign government agency, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, if a foreign government agency poaches you on Instagram for your photos and videos, maybe it's good to question if they have your best interests at heart. Be safe out there, kids.
Just say no.